G'day viewers, how you doing? DanMill23 here. Welcome to Flat Earth Bible. This is episode number 3 entitled A Round of Hebrewskis. Just to recap our last episode, we were investigating the word circle in the Bible and we checked out two methods of translating: dynamic equivalence and formal equivalence. We kind of determined that formal equivalence was the method of translating that we were after. Formal equivalence attempts to translate perhaps on a word-for-word basis, with the objective being accuracy at the expense of readability. Dynamic equivalence translating is I suppose the opposite idea, where you're trying to translate perhaps blocks of text, paragraphs, verses, and the emphasis is on readability rather than accuracy. Interestingly, as two viewers pointed out, I hope I got this right, Ryu Daragar and Dr. Plausible, they pointed out that the dynamic equivalence method of translating, because you are trying to translate from an ancient text into a modern context, it's more likely to be influenced by modern ideas, and we noticed that in the translations, that the dynamic equivalence versions use the word globe instead of circle, or ball instead of circle. Okay, so we've just got to continue. We've got to just go a little bit deeper. We've got one more layer to go, and that is to go and check out the original Hebrew texts and find out, well, you know, why are the formal equivalence versions translating circle as circle? Alright, so let's go and crack open a few programs and let's do that. Okay. Alright then guys, what I've got open here is a program called eSword. It's a very cool program, and it's also a very free program, Bible study program. Download it and it will come with the King James Version of the Bible for free, and very useful, very helpful, and I'm using it here on Isaiah 40:22. So, Isaiah 40:22, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. Next to circle here is a hot link to the, this is the Strong's number, 2329, which is a link to the word that has been translated or rendered as circle here. So, let's click on that and go and check it out. So, H2329, here it is in English letters, and the way you pronounce this word is, as I understand it, hoog, not chug or cug, but hoog. Okay, so the definition is circle, circuit, which is very similar to a circle, and compass. You've got to remember, when it's talking about compass, it's not talking about one of these things, it's talking about one of these things, the instrument for drawing a circle. Alright, that's fairly definitive. Now, this word, hoog, is used 3 times in the Bible, and now we've just got to go and check out its 3 uses. Alright guys, this is Strong's Concordance. This is the online version. I'll put up a link. It's very useful for checking out words, their meanings and uses in the Bible. So far we've been checking out this word here, 2329, hoog. And as we've already investigated, it's been defined as and translated as circle, circuit and compass. And here are those translations: circuit, compass, circle. So, we've already been looking at Isaiah 40:22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. Now what I want to do is I want to start drawing a few things together, as well as trying to understand the meaning of this word circle. First, let's go to Job 22:14 just quickly. Thick clouds are a covering to him, that he seeth not, and he walketh in the circuit of heaven. Let's talk about the circuit of heaven later on, but for now, all that we need to take away is that walking in a circle is probably more meaningful than walking in a sphere. Next, Proverbs 8:27. This is where I really want to investigate, and in fact this line, this very cool line, will turn up in a few videos later on. So, Proverbs 8:27, when he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, the next bit is, I was there. So the question is, what's going on here? Who was there? What's happening is there is God creating, preparing the heavens, and there is a witness to this event. I was there. Who is this witness? This witness is wisdom. Go and check out Proverbs 8 yourself. It's an interesting read. And it's basically the personification or anthropomorphization of wisdom. And it's wisdom basically giving a testimony. So let's just read it one more time with this knowledge. When he, God, prepared the heavens, I, wisdom, was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, I was there. Okay, so let's now just investigate this last line, which is the important bit for us, because God we have a witness, an eyewitness, watching God creating the heavens and the earth. And the way that he does it and the way that it's described is what we're interested in when investigating this Hebrew cosmology business. Let's start at the end here of the depth. If you click on this little number here, this will take you to the meaning of this word. And depth does not, it's water, right? But it's not any old water. It's the deep, the abyss, the primeval waters. Primeval waters. I have imagined the primeval waters in the intro that I have for this series. You can also see this in Genesis when God moves about on the surface of the waters. That's what I am showing you in that intro. God at lightning speed, I imagine him moving very fast. God moving about on the surface of the water. Here, so this is the same waters. Okay, it's the same word. It's the same waters, the depths. The face upon the face, and this is the surface. You click on this word here. It's surface, and this is our circle or compass. To draw a circle is what we're talking about here. And setting the compass. This sort of pairing of words is like measuring and setting a compass, and we'll talk about setting a compass later on. So let's read it one more time. I was there when he, God, set a compass upon the face of the depth, when God drew a circle upon the surface of the water. So really, you know, that's what it's saying. God drew a circle upon the surface of the water. God did not draw a sphere upon the surface of the water. And also, the circle of the earth, and indeed the circuit of heaven, as I will show in later videos, it's the very same circle that wisdom witnessed God drawing upon the surface of the primeval waters. However, I will be backing that up and explaining all that in a future video. Suffice to say, all we have to take away from this now is that circle really does mean just that, circle. Okay guys, we're making some progress. Now, I think I've conclusively shown that circle means circle. However, there are still objections by theists, and the objections run along the lines that, sure, circle might mean circle, but circle might also mean sphere. I've already touched on that we have no real basis to assume that circle means anything other than circle. However, there are still these objections, and I want to address those. It's an important thing because in terms of Hebrew cosmology, we've got to understand this, we've got to sort out this circle business. Those videos coming up will be basically about theist objections, and they will be entitled The Theist Strikes Back. However, before we get to that, I want to do one last video on drawing circles in the Bible. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you'll join me on the next episode of Flat Earth Bible, entitled The Unknown Hebrew Tool.